Elizabeth City right now. They're doing everything right, making stops, getting the ball in the right player's hands.
Hilliard over to Hickman. And the first lead in a while for Sean Walker's team. They're up by a deuce. Actually, first lead of the entire game, and Sean Walker wants to call the timeout and enjoy it for a while. Walker calls timeout. Why is he calling a timeout? It looks like they've got momentum on their side.
I have no earthly idea. Maybe he saw something we didn't see. But I'll tell you what I am looking at. Nowlin going inside and getting his score. The Vikings take the lead.
Do you want $10 off your next home improvement purchase? Then visit the Lowe's Home and Concord above Section 105 to claim your free project starter card. Quantities are limited and additional restrictions apply. Lowe's, let's build something together.
.838 remaining in this one. Elizabeth City State enjoying their first lead of the game. They're up by 2 on Fayetteville State. Stan, let's go back to those keys to the game you had early in the game for Fayetteville State.
4 fast break points, not that out of the normal for Fayetteville State, but what's happened is they've let this tempo get away from them lately. The triple threat guys, only Philippe Harris is the one really doing some scoring. Jebrew really struggling right now from the free throw line, the three-point line, 1 of 10. He's got to find it. Hey, back to basics. They were down in this basketball game. They've come back and played because they're playing Elizabeth City ball. Smart passing and good defense. And like I said, this is a validation season for Sean Walker and the Vikings of Elizabeth City. They were down 24 second half points. They're coming back.
ECSU on a 8-2 run over the last 3 minutes and change. Trying to go back-to-back for the first time in school history here in the CIAA tournament.
Now would be a good time to get something for Philippe Harris.
Long shot, no good. Run down by Jebrew, but they're going to say he had a size 12 on the baseline.
Jamil Austin's a solid player. He plays with a lot of emotion. He's a better one-on-one or drive, penetrate guy, drive, kick something, as opposed to pulling up, taking three-point jump shots, especially early in the offense. He's only made 27 threes going into the CIAA tournament.
West hesitation dribble. Lanson Leach now into the game for Elizabeth City State. He's got the ball in the corner. Hilliard with strong hands.
They put him so many different places now in the middle. He can see it all.
We're going to have a foul on the rebound. Jebrew pushing Olajuwon Johnson out of bounds.
And I think Jebrew was as shocked as anyone. He's fallen out of bounds and they called the foul. Watch this.
Tough break for Fayetteville State. Air ball. Johnson gets the rebound, falling out of bounds. and he gets bailed out. They call a foul on Fayetteville State.
ESPN Classic presents the 2008 Ford CIAA Men's Basketball Tournament. Is brought to you by the United States Marine Corps, the few, the proud, the Marines, Bank of America, Bank of Opportunity, and Food Lion. Good neighbors, great prices.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 63rd Ford CIAA Tournament. Elizabeth City State on top of Fayetteville State by 2. Big reason why they've had a dreamlike performance from Olajuwon Johnson.
The dream is still alive. Olajuwon Johnson drives and scores. He had 5 points in the first half. Now he has 15. Red shots. Drives inside, scores. Right there, gets a little contact. And then the layup right there. Olajuwon Johnson has been the catalyst for this Elizabeth City comeback.
And now Johnson is actually sitting on the bench with those 15 points and 12 rebounds. He's going to get himself a blow as we get ready for the final. 7:45. And Anthony Butler can't find anyone to throw the basketball to, and he has to call a 30-second timeout.
And if I'm not mistaken, that leaves Elizabeth City with only 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, ESPN has more college basketball action coming your way on Saturday. First at noon Eastern, it's Pitt taking on Dante Green and Syracuse. Then at 9 Eastern time, Michael Beasley and the Kansas State Wildcats taking on the Kansas Jayhawks. Can the Jayhawks get revenge from their first loss early this year against K-State? College basketball presented by Altel Wireless and Saturday Primetime presented by DirecTV is part of Judgment Week presented by Jockey on ESPN. Well, earlier, back in the fall, before the season even began, this is how the experts thought the CIAA was going to shake down. Virginia Union, they're going to win the East, and Johnson C. Smith, they're going to win the West.
They're pretty accurate, weren't they?
Yeah, someone knew what they're talking about.
Pretty accurate right there.
Virginia Union did indeed win the East, and Johnson C. Smith, they did indeed win the West. Before the shot of travel on Olajuwon Johnson. This is how they finished. We just showed you that everyone thought in the preseason there'd be Virginia Union on top and Johnson C. Smith on top of the West. And
Bowie and Elizabeth City tied Virginia State where they were, Johnson C. Smith, St. Augustine's. They had pretty much, just copied the same paper over again.
The big story, Shaw, they finished 1-17 in 18 conference games, yet they won yesterday against Livingstone to advance to today's quarterfinal round. We'll see them tonight against Bowie State.
But Shaw's got a lot of close losses, and they had a big win early in the season over Lenore-Rhine. Lenore-Rhine, the number 15 team in Division II basketball, they beat them. So they're not, they're bad news Bears basketball team.
Inside! Hickman with the chin up.
You get the feeling that the run may be over for Fayetteville.
Jabrew has it stripped away. And Elizabeth City State, do they bleed some clock now?
Yeah, but you continue to do what you've done. You apply pressure. They found weaknesses in the zone.
Hanging in the air, Johnson can't get it, and here comes DeBrew. 5-on-2 break. And Hilliard snuffs it out. Stan, that was 5-on-2.
Too many guys standing around, too many guys not trying to make the play there. Watch this, dribble penetration. Hickman, we told you, very strong, missed a lot of ball games due to injuries, but a guy that can change the way a game goes on, that's Hickman. I like him. I really like him.
Tie is starting to get loosened there in the neck of Sam Hanger. Exasperated. Whistle and a foul called against Elizabeth City State. Elijah Johnson.
State foul on number 14, Elijah Johnson. His third personal, 14th foul.
Quick shot by Harris, can't get it. Hilliard. And an obvious foul. Are they going to call it an intentional foul? No, they won't. It'd just be 2 free throws.
Well, Harris tried to catch. And you'll see it. Both teams are a little testy right now, but it's not as bad a foul as it looks. He fouls him, and see, he tries to catch him, and his arm's going to go away, and he goes down. I wouldn't call that an intentional foul. He's going after the ball. He's making a play for the ball, and because of the size and the athleticism, and you go down and hit the floor, and you made him say, oh, wow, it was intentional. I don't think that was an intentional foul. I think that was a good play to stop the basketball. It just looked a little off.
I need to see that.
That's the first foul called on Philippe Harris.
Clock never started.
Stan, right now, Fayetteville State has Elizabeth City State right where they want them, at the free throw line.
Yeah.
Vikings just 3 for 13 at the free throw
They're
line.
going to look at the monitor on this.
All the way down there.
They're going to take a look, and you can see Haywood Bostic, Bill
Take it
Covington.
down that hill. For the clock never
And this,
started.
I think this may be a clock situation as opposed to that foul.
This is what they want to take a look at.
All right. Run it slow. Okay, I need to see the time.
You can see that
6:10. All right.
clock never started the entire time of that play. So, yeah.
2005.
So you want to count that down. It was at 6:10, maybe to about, 6:02, 6:03 maybe.
I need to see it one more
Sounds
time.
good.
I need to see it one more
We're going
time.
to look at it again so the referees can break out the stopwatch.
Okay.
All right. 1001,
No,
1002,
no.
1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1006 and a half or 7.
6. 4 seconds off. You have 6:05?
602, 603. Greg Owens says 603. What do you say?
I would have said 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
I couldn't say Mississippi.
You don't do that?
I didn't do Mississippi. I said 1,000.
1,000, yeah.
1,000. Gazettas. Gazetta 1, Gazetta 2.
I never heard of that one.
Hey, you know.
No, okay, all right. All right, we're getting this one
6:05.
squared away. 6:05. That whole ordeal took 5 seconds.
My Mississippi would have been a little slower.
And Sam right now knows that he had the tiger by the tail, and they let it go.
Yeah.
They had a 7-point lead, and that just evaporated and went the other way. They now trail by 4. This is the largest deficit of the game for Fayetteville State.
This break may actually help Fayetteville State.
We're at Bobcats Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina. The 16th, Fayetteville State taking on the 3-seed Elizabeth City State. Chip Tarkenton, Stan Luter, myself, Eric Collins. We're here for the 63rd edition of this great event. Fayetteville State wearing the blue, the lower seed. All Elizabeth City State, they're wearing the home whites as the 3 seed. And Hilliard, the CIAA player.